So good day, everyone. So this day, I will be discussing measures of central tendency and measures of variability. So I will be discussing first measures of central tendency of ungrouped data. And later, we are going to measure also or find the central tendency and the measure of variability. And we are going to solve later for group data kasi nakaseparate na yun siya ang lesson natin for ungroup at saka group data. So for ungroup data, di masyadong mahirap ang computation for ungroup. Unlike sa group data, medyo mahaba ang process ng group data compare sa ungroup. Okay? Now, let's have this one. But before that, let's have the objective first. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to define mean, mode, median, standard deviation, and variance. You are going to differentiate also measures of central tendency and measure of variability, and solve problems involving measure of central tendency and measures of variability in both group and ungrouped data. So let's have our introduction here. How well did my students do on the last test? What is the average price of the gasoline in the Phoenix metropolitan area? What is the mean number of home runs hit in the National League? So these questions are asking for a statistic that describes a large set of data. So in this section, we will study the mean, median, and mode. And these three statistics describe an average or the center of a distribution of numbers. So this time, we are going to discuss the measure of central tendency of ungrouped data. Take note, there are three types of or should I say there are three statistics under measures of central tendency: the mean, the mode, and the median. Actually, this lesson is just a review of what you have learned during your junior high school. Kasi mean, mode, median, na-discuss naman siya during high school pa. So, of course, I am not going to discuss this one thoroughly kasi I will be expecting that everyone knows this one, the mean, mode, at saka median. So when we say measures of central tendency, so it is a descriptive statistics that describes the average or typical value of set of scores. Okay, so the short term for measure of central tendency is average. And there are three common measures. There are three common measures of central tendency. We have the mean, the mode, at saka median. The mode, median, at saka mean. Okay? So ito yung tatlo ang common measures of central tendency. So let's discuss first the mode. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng mode? Okay? So when we say mode, it is the score that occurs most frequently in a set of data. And then the score that occurs most frequently in a set of data. Kung sabi siya pa, kung kisa itong nagbalik-balik, mo ito ang mode. Okay? So here, based on our example here, the mode here is, wait, let me check what's the number. So if this is 80, this is 85. Yeah. So that means this is 86. Okay. So the mode here is 86. Okay. Kasi based on the frequency, si 86 yung may pinakamataas. Or should I say, siya yung may pinakamaraming number of frequency. Okay? Or should I say, siya yung may pinakamarami na nag-repeat yung number. Okay? That's mode. So the mode is the most frequent number in a collection of data. So we have here an example: 3, 10, 8, 8, 7, 8, 10, 3, 3, 3. The mode here is 3 because 3 has a frequency of 4. Yeah. If you are going to count here, there are 4 3s here. So isa, dalawa, apat. Sir, bakit hindi pwede maging mode si 8? Si 8 kasi class, tatlo lang si 8. Okay? Tatlo lang ang 8. Unlike kay 3, apat. So of course, to declare kung sino yung mode dyan, dapat kung sino yung may pinakamarami na nag-repeat, siya ang mode. And based on our example here, 3 is the mode because 3 has a frequency of 4. This one. Another example. Example of letter B, 251512. So this is an example has no mode. Huh? Not it, no mode, sir? Yes. This is an example of no mode. Bakit? Now the question is, ikapila nag-repeat ang 2? Twice. Ikapila nag-repeat ang 5? Twice. Ikapila nag-repeat ang 1? Kaduha. So, si 2, si 5, si 1, ikaduha nagbalik-balik, iparehas sila. So, walang mode. You cannot declare them as the mode kasi all of them, yung anim dyan na numbers, okay? They are they have the same number, yung 2, 5 at 1, they have the same frequency, which is 2. Example number C is iba din ang case. There are there are 2 5s. Yeah, there are 2 5s and there are also 2 7s. Okay? Si 9, si 1, si 0 and 4, isa lang sila. But si 7 and si 5, dalawa-dalawa. So there are 2 modes. There are 2 modes and we have here our modes is 5 and 7. Kasi ang frequency ni 5, dalawa. Ang frequency ni 7, dalawa. So since dalawa ang mode natin, this is what we call bimodal. Sir, pag isa lang ang mode, that's unimodal. Pag tatlo ang mode, that's trimodal. But other books or references, pag tatlo na ang mode, they called it polymodal. But usually it's trimodal. Now, when a distribution has 2 modes, it is called bimodal. Okay? Okay? Again ha? Kagaya dito, the modes here, if this is 86, okay, 86 ito ha. If this is 86 and this is 91, okay? So the mode here is 86 and 91 because based on the graph, it has a frequency of 5. So ang 86 may 5 na frequency, ang 91 may 5 na frequency. So both of them has frequency of 5 and the mode are 86 and 91 and that is what we call bimodal. So we have also multimodal distribution or should I say polymodal, same lang yan sila. So if a distribution has more than 2 modes, it's called multimodal. But again, just like what I've mentioned kanina, if the mode is if there are 3 modes, sometimes other references called it trimodal. Again, sometimes other references called it trimodal. Just like this one. So we have here 79. Okay, 79 ito, 79. This is 86. And this is 91. So 79, 86, and 91, their mode is 5. Parehas sila ng mode. And based dito, sila yung may pinakamaraming mode dito. Or should I say, may pinakamaraming or may pinakamalaking frequency. So dito, since tatlo yung mode natin, so this is what we call multimodal or other references called it trimodal pag tatlo. Now, ito yung isang condition when to use mode. The mode is not very useful measure of central tendency. Again, the mode is not a very useful measure of central tendency. It is insensitive to large changes in the data set. That is, 2 data sets that are very different from each other can have the same mode. Okay? Yan. So the mode is primarily used with nominally scaled data. Again, the mode is primarily used with nominally scaled data. So it is the only measure of central tendency that is appropriate for nominally scaled data. when we say nominally scaled, yung mga ano good, yung mga nominal nga data good, like usually kanang ano, mag-conduct mo og survey. Mag-conduct mo og survey about about siguro sa ano sa study. And then nakalagay doon nga unsay ano nimo may nakalagay doon na about religious affiliation. So religious affiliation is a nominally scale. Okay? It's a nominal, di ba? Based on the level of measurement, it's nominal. So mag-conduct mo survey then ang dito is about religious affiliation. Inyong ginapangita dito kung unsa sa religious affiliation ang may may common sa mga estudyante, or should I say the most occurring religious affiliations is sa school, di ba? You are going to use mode for that one to determine kung kinsa ang kung unsay nag-dominant na religious affiliation. So dyan usually ginagamit ang mode. Now let's proceed to the median. Okay, let's proceed to the median. So tapos na tayo sa mode, let's proceed to the median. So the median is simply another name for the 50th percentile. Again, the median is simply another name for the 50th percentile, or should I say yung gitna, yung nasa tunga, gitna. Now, it is in the score in the middle. Yes, sinabi ko nasa gitna. So half of the scores are larger than the median and half of the scores are smaller than the median. Okay? So the question here, how to calculate the median? Conceptually, it is easy to calculate the median. Yeah. Sayon na kaayo i-compute ang median. All you need to do is what? Sort the data from highest to lowest. I-arrange lang. Arrange your data from highest to lowest. Again, to calculate the median of ungrouped data, i-arrange mo lang from highest to lowest. So there are many minor problems that can occur, and it is best to let computer do it. Yeah. One of the mistakes na ma-encounter siguro, no, pag marami gani ang data mo, then if you are going to get the median, there is a possibility na misarrangement na may tabo. So nag-suggest dito that you can use Excel or you can use your computer to sort or to arrange. Di ba sa Excel ma-arrange man, di ba, from highest to greatest or greatest to from highest to lowest to highest, di ba, sa Excel. So you can use Excel to arrange it para sure ball. Now, after arranging it, after mo ma-arrange, find the score in the middle. So we have here the score in the middle. We have n plus 1 over 2. That's the formula. If n, take note, if n, the number of scores is even, the median is the average of the middle of two scores. Again, if n, the number of scores is even, the median is the average of the middle of two scores. When we say even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, ng mga may pares. Ang odd, bungking. Now, finding the median of an odd numbers, yung mga like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, kapag ganyan yung data ninyo, like if you're going to count your data, like odd numbers ang result, you can easily find the median. Again, if you're going to find the median, tapos i-arrange mo siya, then add numbers ang pag-count mo sa ilaha, like 9 siguro or 11, ganun, you can easily get the median. Kaya kung usap mo sa tunga niya, that's the median. Meanwhile, pag even, you are going to get the average of the middle of two scores. Again, you're going to get the average of the middle of two scores. So the median is the middle value of distribution of data. The question here, how do you find the median? So first, if possible or feasible, arrange the data from smallest value to largest value, or depende rin na sa inyo class ha, it's either babaliktad, largest to smallest. Again ha, it's up to you kung ano yung arrangement na gagawin ninyo, from smallest ba to largest or largest to smallest. Now, the location of the median can be located using this formula, n plus 1 over 2. If n plus 1 over 2 is a whole number, then the value gives the location. Okay, just report the value of that location as the median. Now, if n plus 1 over 2 is not a whole number, then the first whole number less than the location value and the first whole number greater than the location value will be used to calculate the median. So take the data located to those two values and calculate the average, and that is the median. So let's have here an example. So here are a bunch of 10-point quizzes from Math 1-117. Okay. So ito yung data, 9, 6, 7, 10, 9, 4, so on and so forth. Now, there are 15 data points. Yeah. 15 lahat yan siya ha. 15 data points. Now, arrange the data from smallest to largest. Again, arrange the data from smallest to largest. So, arrange na. From this to this. Arrange na. Now, take note, how many data points we have? Again, how many data points we have? 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Mag-ihap mo dire kung asa ang pang 8 dire. Mag-ihap mo kung asa ang pang 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ito yung pang 8. That means the median is 7. Okay? The median is 7. That means, sir, nga na lang di kadali ang median sa add. Yes. Di ba? 15 is add. Yes. Ganyan kadali ang pagkuha sa median pag-add. Arrange lang. Tapos 15, n plus 1 over 2. Then ang result, ihapon mo siya. Okay? Another example of median. Ito, arrange this one. Yan, arrange. So ito yung data natin. Then we arrange it from largest to lowest. Okay? We arrange it from largest to lowest. Again ha, depende na sa inyo ha kung ano yung arrangement na i-follow ninyo. Smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Walang problema sa akin. Kayo na bahala. Basta tama lang ang pag-arrange. Now, how many ang data? Pila sila tanan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 data. Okay? 11 scores we have. So 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now, ihapon mo di ang ikaunom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So itong si 9, 9 is the median. Okay? 9 is the median. Yeah, siya yung pang-anim. Kasi 6 man ang sagot natin dito. Okay? 6 yung sagot natin dito, so siya yung pang-anim. Ito, what if event? So ilan sila ito? Ilan dito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6. Your n is 6, di ba? Your n is 6, so 6 is even. So but before that, i-arrange na to. But before that, i-arrange sa nato. So na-arrange na natin. Then, there are 6, di ba? 6, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, 6 plus 2, 6 plus 1 rather, is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. Again, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So, 3.5 man isa, sir? Kung sa buhaton na mo, okay. Ang inyong buhaton, 3.5, no? So, that's in between third and fourth. Okay? That is in between third and fourth. No, pangitaon mo si pang third dire. Ang pang third, 1, 2, 3. So ito yung pang third, no? Ito yung pang third. Si pang fourth, dara. Ang yung buhaton, get the average of this one. Okay? What is in the middle of this one? What is in the middle? Or should I say, what's the average? What's the average of 19 at saka 18? So ang gawin nyo lang, 19 plus 18 divided by 2, that means your median is 18.5. Ano na ba, sir? Yes. Okay? So our third and fourth is 18 and 19. So 19 plus 18 is 37. Divided by 2, it's 18.5. Okay? So ganyan lang ang pagkuha ng median pag even ang data. How about pag mean? Okay. Oh my God, nakalimot na ko. When to use the median? Kailan ba gagamitin ang median? Okay, please take note of this one. The median is often used when the distribution of scores is either positively or negatively skewed. So the few really large scores positively skewed or really small scores negatively skewed will not overly influence the median. Okay? So what's the point here? Kanus aman jud gamito na ang median, sir. Okay, ngani ang best para magamit yung median if ang scores, if the data, or should I say the scores, okay, kay lagyo gyud kaayo ang agwat, like mo ni ang scores mo ni ang pinaka lowest. For example, ang lowest kay 10, yung highest kay 90. That's the time you are going to use median for that one. Okay? Again, for example, kung ang highest ang imong lowest nga score ba is very layo ra jud sa kaayo kana. That's the time you can use the median. So let's have the means. Of course, basic naman yung mean. Yeah, super basic ang mean, no? Oh my God, that's very common. How to find the mean, or what is mean? So mean is the arithmetic average of all scores. Okay? The mean is the arithmetic average of all scores. So the number m that makes summation of x minus m equal to 0. Okay. So the mean of a population is represented by the Greek letter mu, mu. The mean of the sample is represented by big X. Now let's calculate the mean. What's the process? Calculate the mean of the following. So saan pa-calculate ang mean? So sayo na kayo ni sa class. I-add ni tanan. I-add ni tanan din. I-divide kung pila ka buok. Okay, i-add mo tanan be. Again, i-add lang na tanan. That's 15, 1 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2, 15. Then i-divide kung pila ka buok. Pila man sila ka buok? It's 3. Okay? Sorry, it's 5. Sorry. There are 5. Limas na kabuok. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 divided by 5, that's 3. Inga na lang ang pagkuha sa mean. Okay? Again ha? Ang pagkuha sa mean, i-add tanan, i-divide kung pila. Mura na ang pagkuha sa mean for ungrouped data. Again, mean for ungrouped data. So, dire, when to use the mean? You should use the mean when the data are interval or ratio scale. Again, the data are interval or ratio scale. So, alam niyo naman, di ba, yung interval at saka ratio? So, na-discuss ko na naman yun siya last time. Yung interval, 0 exists. Yung ratio, 0 doesn't exist. So, many people will use the mean with ordinally scale data too. And the data are not skewed. When we say skewed, yung scores ninyo, yung highest at lowest scores ninyo is pagdili gani dako kay ang range between your highest at lowest, you can use mean to get the average. However, if malaki talaga yung agwat or difference between your highest at lowest, that's the time you can use the median. But in this case, in our example here, yan, 15432, di man masyadong malaki yung agwat or difference ng highest at saka lowest, so we can use median. We can use mean. The mean is preferred because it is sensitive to every score. Yeah, it's preferred. And then during your senior high school days, di ba ang pagkuha sa yung average pag senior high, i-add lang tanan, i-divide kung pila ka buok subjects. Okay? Again, i-add lang tanan, i-divide kung pila ka buok subjects. Unlike sa college man good, ang college class dili ma-apply ang ingani mean diretso. Dili siya ingana katong short atong i-add tanan, i-divide kung pila ka buok subject, dili ingana ang sa college. Ang sa college kay ang imong final grade i-multiply pa nimo sa unit, dini add then i-divide kung pila. Mao pa na ang sa college inyo ha. Sa senior high man god i-divide, i-add lang tanan mas i-divide kung pila ka buok subject. Okay, please take note of this one. Please take note of this one. If you change one score in the data set, the mean will change. Kaya nga, ganyan siya ka-sensitive. Okay? Ganyan ka-sensitive ang mean kasi isang mo lang, change mo lang sa data, ma-change na ang mean lahat. That's true to all. Okay? Ma-change siya, true to all yan siya. Okay, let's have the relations between the measures of central tendency. In symmetrical distributions, the median and mean are equal. For normal distributions, the mean, mode, median are equal, and you can form that one in normal curve. Okay, again, for normal distribution, mean is equal to median is equal to mode, and you will get or you will form a normal curve for that one. And to discuss that one during midterm. In positively skewed distribution, the mean is greater than the median. In negatively skewed distribution, the mean is smaller than the median. So please take note of that one. Again, in positively skewed distribution, the mean is greater than the median. In negatively skewed distribution, the mean is smaller than the median. So ito, find the mean, median, and mode of the following data. So ito, ang score daw is 10, then there are 3 students na nakakuha. Ang score na 9, there are 10 students na nakakuha. Ang median, ang 8, there are 9 students na nakakuha. 7, there are 8, and so on and so forth. So para makuha ang mean, ana, i-multiply lang siya, class. Okay? Para makuha ang mean dito, i-multiply lang niya siya. I-multiply, 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 multiply, multiply. Then ang result anak nila, just like this one, ang result, we have 30, 90, 72, 56, 60, and 10. Ang answer ani, pila answer ani B? 30 plus 90, 318. Okay? That's 318. Now, i-divide mo ni sila kung pila. Ang 318, i-divide mo ko sa frequency. Itong number of students, that is the frequency. So, your frequency is 42. Okay? I-add mo ng frequency tanan, kaya yung mga number of students, i-add mo na tanan, that's 42. So, para makuha ang mean, 318 divided by 42, and that is your mean, which is 7.57. Okay. Next, the median. Okay, the median we have here. So 42 man siya, no? 42. So 42 plus 1 is 23. 23 divided by 2 is 21.5. Kunya, 21.5, that's the 21st at saka 22nd value. So asa ang 21st at saka 22nd value dire? Dara na diri nga part. Nasa 8. Nasa 8 nga part. Okay? Kasi 3 plus 10, 13 plus 9, 22. So the median here is 8. The modes are 6 and 9. Okay? The modes are 6 and 9. So bakit 6 and 9? It's because the frequency of 6 is 10, the frequency of 9 is 10. So there are two modes, which is 6 and 9. And anong tawag gani pag dalawa ang mode? Pag dalawa ang mode, that's bimodal. Okay? So kindly copy before we will proceed to the group data collection. Okay, so let's proceed to the data collection for data. So tapos na tayo. Don't you worry, this PowerPoint will be posted sa ating page. Okay? So, tapos na tayo sa measures of central tendency of ungrouped data. Dali na kayo na siya. So, let's proceed now for the group data. So, sa group data na punta. So, sa group data class, ang buhat lang nato is peer solving during group data. Yeah. So, kung ipabuhat sa inyo dire, I am going to copy the formula first. Okay. Please copy the formula. So for group data calculation, okay, for group data calculation, ang ating isa-solve is mean, median, and mode, first quartile, third quantile, and interquantile range, together with the standard deviation and variance. So yan yung hahanapin natin this morning. So isa-solve natin yan siya. So kindly copy the formulas. Okay? Kindly copy the formulas because that's very helpful. Okay, next. So I do hope na copy or screenshot ang formula. So kaning mga formula class for mean, for median at saka mode, okay, for group data niya again for group data. So yung kanina nga discuss ko, the mean, mode at saka median for ungroup lang yun siya, pag easy lang yon. Ito is medyo mahirap na. So median ito, okay? Take note ha that N, the total frequency, F is the cumulative frequency before the class median. Please take note of that one. F of M, the frequency of the class median, then I is the class width. Another term for class width is interval. Okay, I is the interval or class width. Then LM is the lower boundary of the class median. Then let's proceed to the mode. We have this triangle one that's changed. That triangle one means the difference between the frequency of class mode and the frequency of the class after the class mode. The difference with ang triangle 2, the difference between the frequency of class mode and the frequency of the class before the class mode. Then LMO, that's the lower boundary. A lower boundary. LB ang usually ginalabel ko dyan. Next for first, wait lang ha, I forgot to edit. Hindi yan sa quartile, quantile yan. Okay? So for first quantile and third quantile, actually ang first at saka third quantile, same lang sila og concept for median. Yeah. Paras na sila concept for median. And we have also interquartile range, interquartile range. The formula for interquartile range, we have the third quantile minus the first quantile. Again, the formula of interquantile range is the third quantile minus the first quantile. We have also the population variance, the sample variance formula, and in order for us to get the standard deviation of both population and sample, the standard deviation is the square root of variance lang. Again, standard deviation is the square root of variance, and this is the formula that we are going to use. It's either population or sample, but most of our examples are sample. Again, most of our examples are sample. So please do have a copy of this one, kasi after this one, we will proceed to our first example. Okay, so let's have our first example. So for our first example ito, ako na siyang kanang kung sa Bisaya pa isagad tanan. Mao ni ang data, kay mo ang data then ang ating hahanapin is lahat-lahat na. Again, ang ating hahanapin is lahat-lahat na. The mean, the mode, the median, the first quantile, third quantile, the interquantile range, and the standard deviation, and the variance. So yan yung hahanapin natin. Okay? Yan yung hahanapin. Balik, isa ko na nakutanan para diretso na. Para wala na para di na ta magbalik-balik pa. Okay? Sige, let's start. Our first example we have here. Yan. Sulat sana ako sa board ha. Sige. I do hope maklaro akong isulat sa board. Okay, so wait lang natin siya maklaro. Yan. Now, ang ating muna hanap yan. The first thing siguro nating hanapin is the interval. Okay? Pangitaon sa nato ang I. Okay? Pangitaon sa nato ang I. I means the class width or the class interval. Again, the I means is the class interval or the class width. Paano ba makita ang class width? Sa'yo nakapangitaon ang class width. Yan na siya, oh. Kung gusto mo manual counting sa class width, yan na siya, oh. From 10 to 12. Ihap lang ka. 10, 11, 12. So, the interval is 3. Okay? Okay? Same po direct, 13 to 15. 13, 14, 15. So, 3 yan hapon. Dapat, ang interval sa isa, the same sila tanang interval. Ha? Again, the same sila interval tanan. Di na siya pwede nga di na magparehas. Dapat the same na sila. Kung 3 ang interval dire, 3 rapod. Or the shortcut also to find the interval. Inami lang siya. I-minus ang 19 to 16, 3. I-minus ang 16 sa 13, 3. I-minus ang 13 sa 10, 3. Same po dire, 15 minus 12, 13. 3. 18 minus 15, 3. Okay? So the interval is 3. The class width. Another term for interval is class width. That's 3. Next, we have also this one. The x. Sir, what's the x? Wait, the x is the midpoint. Paano kukunin yung midpoint? Yan yung tanong. Paano kukunin ang midpoint? So all you need to do to find the midpoint, okay? Di ba we have the data here 10 and 12? I-add silang dalawa, i-divide ko 2. Okay? I-add ang dalawa, i-divide ko 2. Sir, what if decimal ang answer? Okay lang. Walang problema kung decimal ang answer. So dito, 10 plus 12, it's 22. Divided by 2 is 11. So the midpoint is 11. Okay? The midpoint is 11. We have also 13 and 15. 13 plus 15 is 28. Divided by 2 is 14. So nga na pala ang pagkuha sa midpoint, sir. Yes. 10 plus 12, i-add ang duha, i-add, i-divide og 2. I-add ang dalawa, i-divide og 2. I-add ang dalawa, i-divide og 2. So you have 17 and 12. Okay? And we have also this one, the x squared. Isahon na nako tanan ha para diretsyon na. Again, isahon na nako tanan para diretsyon na. X squared. Sir, ano saan x squared? Of course, a squared lang nimo ng 11. Malamang. Okay? A squared lang nimo ang 11. So 11 times 11 is what? It's 121. Then 11 times 11 is 121. 14 times 14, 14 squared, that's 144. Ay, mali. Mali. Magugo yung multiplication doon. Mali ko. 14 times 14 is 196 di ay. 40. Nagkalukit na ganito na mali pag yun. 14 squared is 196. Kabugo na ko eh. Next, 17 squared is 289. Then 20 squared is 400. Okay? Next, ang sunod na po ninyo mapangitaon ani. Yeah. The next step is this one. Fx and fx squared. Fx and fx squared. Saan pagkuha na sir kanang fx of fx squared? Dali ra kay na siya class. Ang fx of fx squared. Wait lang ha. Okay. So, fx. Muna itong f, muna itong x. I-times lang. Again, fx. Atong f, kung atong x, i-times lang. 4 times 11. 4. 12 times 14, pila? 12 times 14, 168. 20 times 17, i-times ra pud na. 340. Next, 14 times 20. 80. Okay? Next, ako. Fx squared. Okay? Fx squared. Now, ang atong f4, ang atong f4, ang atong x squared kay 121. Again, ang atong f4, ang atong x squared kay 121. So 4 times 121, that's 484. Si 12 na po, atong f kay 12, ang atong x squared 196, sorry, balik ko da. Ang atong f kay 12, ang atong x squared is 196. So 12 times 196, that's 2,352. Then 20 atong f, then 289, 20 times 289, that's 5,780. Next, 14, then 400, that's 5,600. Okay? Dapat na human. Dapat na human. Next, ang sunod na po diri, natin ginatawag na upper boundary and lower boundary. Okay? LB and the upper boundary. Okay? The upper boundary and saka lower boundary. Now, ang saan pagkuha sa lower boundary? If this is our class, this one is the lower class, and this one is the upper class. Okay? This one is the lower class. Ito sila. This one is the upper class. Now, our lower class is 10, 13, 16, 19. Para makuha ang lower boundaries, okay? Para makuha ang lower boundaries, always minus the lower class by 0.5. Again, para makuha ang lower boundaries ng LB, i-minus nato ang ating lower class by 0.5. So 10 minus 0.5, that's 9.5. Next. Next, ang ating ang 13, the lower class na 13, i-minus by 0.5, that's 12.5. Then the 16 minus 0.5, that's 15.5. And 19 minus 0.5, that's 18.5. Next, the upper boundary. The upper boundary is the opposite of lower boundary. Ang ginawa natin sa lower boundary, gisubtract natin siya by 0.5. Ang sa upper boundary, i-add by 0.5. Again, sa upper boundary, i-add lang siya by 0.5. So the upper class is 12. The upper class is 12 plus 0.5. Magiging 12.5. Ang 15, i-plus 0.5. That's That's 15.5. Ang 18, i-plus of 0.5 for upper boundaries ha, upper boundaries. 18.5 and 21.5. Napo na siya purpose later. Again, na purpose later, no? Anong ginakuha nato sila. Okay, next. What's the next step? I think this will be the last table. Yeah, the last table that we are going to require, that I am going to require you pala to solve, the less than cumulative frequency. Okay? Ito yung less than cumulative frequency. Again, this is the less than cumulative, less than nga. When we say CF, CF means less than cumulative frequency. Again, CF means less than cumulative frequency. So, saan pagkuha, sir? Sa atong first frequency, our first frequency is 4. Again, our first frequency is 4. Diba? 4 ibutang. Next, our next frequency is 12. Okay, si 12. I-add lang siya. 4 plus 12. 4 plus 12 or 4 plus 12, we have 16. Then, ang 16 na to, i-add sa ating next frequency, the 20. Ang 16, i-add sa next frequency, which is 20. So you have 36. Then sa 36, i-add na to sa 14, the last frequency, you have 50. Dapat, ang number na mag-end dito, dapat the same sa atong end. Okay, di ba? Our end is 50. So our last number here is also 50. Di ba? Again, dapat kung sa imong end nato dire, this will be our last number. So kompleto na. Kompleto na ang ating table. So we can now find everything. Okay? We can now find everything. For mean, let's have the formula for mean. The formula for mean, you have the summation of f of x over n. Okay. Manang pangutana, paano makahanap ang summation of f of x? Paano ba natin makahanap ang summation of f of x? When we say summation, i-add lahat. Okay? When we say summation, i-add na to. I-add natin lahat. So f of x, this is our f of x. Summation man. Summation of f of x, that means i-add mo ni tanan. Kanina sa f of x na part, again, kanina sa f of x di mo nga part, i-add mo na kanan. Muna summation of f of x. So you have, pila man kung i-add na to, summation of f of x, 44. That's 832. Yeah. Our summation of x is 832. Now, our summation of x is 832. Our n is 50. Our n is 50. So, i-divide natin siya 50. That means our mean is latong mean. Our mean is what? 16.64. Okay? This is our. Okay? This is our. Ganyan lang kadali magkuha ng mean. Now for median. Mo rin ang problema sa median kay medyo tricky ang median, no? Yeah. Medyo tricky ang median. Okay. What is the formula of median? Ano yung formula ng median natin? The formula we have LB. Wait lang ha. So we have LM plus n over 2 minus f over f na gamay, the frequency of the median, then the interval. That is the formula of the median. Now karon, medyo tricky ang median, no? So please listen, okay? Please listen carefully sa ako sasabihin. Now, unsa ato ang unsay basis nato for our median? Atong isulat ang mga ha? we need to put label para namoy guide. Kaya bata itong mga ano, and value. So we're going to find the given first. So first, ang ating hahanapin is, babalik kayo sa table. Okay, babalik kayo sa table. Now, our median is, our n is 50. Our n is 50. Now, the question is, since our n is 50, i-divide mo siya og 2. Okay, always di siya nga rula, i-divide mo siya always og 2. Again, our n is 50, i-divide mo siya og 2 always. That's 25. That's 25. Again, ha? Ang n is 50, i-divide og 2, that's 25. Now, after nimo na ma-identify, after nimo mag-divide og 2, that 25 is the result, balik ka dito. Balik ka sa cumulative frequency. Okay? Balik ka dito sa cumulative frequency. Now, ilan din sagot natin? 25. 50 divided by 2 is 25. Simula may 25 din. Diba? Sa less than cumulative frequency, wala kang makikitang less than dyan. Ay, wala kang makikitang 25 dyan. Yeah. Wala kang makikitang 25. Now, 25 is in between dito. Tama? Si 25 nasa gitna ng 16 and 36. Again, si 25 nasa gitna ng 16 and 36. So, that means, sir, nasa sa tungaan eh. Nasa sa tunga. Bakit niingon, di ba? Again, si 25 is in between 16 and 36. This time, the basis of your median now is ito. Itong, wagi. Okay. Itong row na to, this is the basis of your median. Ito sila lahat ito. This is the basis of your median. Yan yung basis mo for your median. So bakit 36 ang yung gipili? So bakit 36? Okay. Dili man pwede 16. Kaya si 16, wala man siya kabuto. Di ba lumagpas na siya ng 25? Di ba sabi ko, 50 divided by 2, 50 our n, divided by 2 always, that's 25. Dili man pwede 16 kay nalapas na. So dili ta kay 36. Okay? Dili ta kay 36. Kaya wala man siya nakabot 36. That's the rule. Okay, that's the rule. Again, hindi pa rin 16 kasi lumagpas na. So yung pipiliin natin yung hindi pa siya lumagpas, which is 36. So ganyan ang pag-identify natin sa row for basis for our median. Okay? So median. So that means ito yung median area natin. Itong gi-highlight na ko, again ha, itong gi-highlight na ko, that is the median area. Hindi pa yan siya median, but that's the basis to get the median. That's the median area. Again, hindi pa ito median ha, that's the basis to get our median. That's the median area. Now, ano itong LM? So based sa ibigay ko na definition kanina, yung formula, may nakalagay label doon na LM. LM is the lower boundary of the median class. The lower boundary of the median class. Now, what is the lower boundary of our median class? If this is the median area, the lower boundary is 15.5. And we all know naman siguro, we all know that N is 50. Yeah. N is 50, we all know that one. Then, F. Sir, also maling F. Okay, nakalagay din doon sa label ng formula. Ibalik ko yung formula. Si F kasi class, that's the cumulative before the median area or before the median class. Yan. Okay, dala ko? Yeah. Diba? Tama ko? Lower boundary of the class median. Then itong F is the cumulative frequency before class median or the cumulative frequency before the class median or before our our median area. So if this is our median area, ito yung cumulative frequency, cumulative frequency ng ating median class. Di ba before, bago mag 36, kung saan number? 16. Di ba? Before mag 36, the number is before, di ba, bago mag 36, we have 16. So our F is 16. Now, What is this FM? This FM, okay, nandun din kayo sa PowerPoint, present ko, that's the frequency of the median class. If this is our median class, our median area, the median class, the frequency of our median is 20. Okay, 20. Yan, 20 of the 20. Okay, 20. And our I, again, our I is what? Our interval is 3. Ano I? To substitute, our LM is 15.5. 15.5. Our N over 2 is what? N over 2 is, that's 50 over 2 minus our big F is 16 over 20 over 3. So 15.5 plus 25. Okay, 25 minus 16 over 20 times 3. And our median, kilatong median, i-solve natin ulit, kilatong median, the answer is our median is 16.85. Okay, this is our median. That is how are you going to get the median? Next, we have the mode. The formula of mode, we have the lower boundary of our modal class plus triangle 1 plus triangle 1 plus triangle 2 over triangle 1. Plus ba yung formula? Check ko mo yung formula kung plus ba yun. Okay, plus. Okay? So we are going to get to find triangle 1, triangle 2, then the LMO and the interval. Sir, kung saan na po yung basis? Kung saan na po ang atong basis for modal class? Kung sa median class, yeah, ang basis natin for finding the median class or the median area is the cumulative frequency. Di ba? Ito yung basis natin kanina. Ang ginawa natin para makita ang median class, okay, median class, ito, para makita natin siya, ang ating N, 50, divide mo natin by 2, which is 25, then walang 25 dito kasi 25 is in between 16 and 36. Hindi pwede si 16, hindi pwede si 16 kasi lagpas na siya. Di ba lagpas na si 16 by 25. So dito ka kay 36. That means this area is your median class. For mode naman, madali lang kay mode. Okay? Madali lang kay mode. Si mode is ito lang. Sa frequency ka mag-focus. Again, sa frequency ka mag-focus kay mode. So for mode, ang gagawin mo lang kay mode, hahanapin mo yung may pinakamarami. Okay? May pinakamarami na mode. Again, sa mode, may you are going to choose sa kanila dito yung may pinakamalaking mode. Yun na. Ang pinakamalaki nating mode is 20. Okay? Ang pinakamalaki nating mode is 20. That means that's our modal. This is our modal class. Okay? This is also our modal class. Okay? Since itong area, since 20 is the largest frequency we have, so this area is the modal class. Okay? This area is the modal class. Now, balikan natin ang formula ng mode. Okay, balikan natin ang formula ng mode. We have here. Asan itong formula sa mode? Yan. Triangle 1 is the difference between the frequency of the class mode and the frequency of the class mode after. When we say after, after. Okay? When we say after, pagkahuman. Then ang triangle 2 is the difference between the frequency of the class mode and the frequency before. So si triangle 1 after, si triangle 2 before. So sir, 20 man sir ang ating modal class. Kung saan pag-identify kay triangle 1? So si triangle 1, your mode, yung mode natin sa ating modal class natin or the modal area, i-minus natin sa mode after. That is the rule, after. Then ang triangle 2 is the before. Wait lang ha. Okay. So if this is our mode 20, our mode is 20, di ba? Again, this is the modal area. And to get the triangle 1, that's the difference between the mode of your modal area, which is 20, minus yung after niya sa taas. Minus yung sa taas. So 20 minus 12 equal to 8. Ang triangle 2 naman, 20 minus 14 yung sa baba. Okay? Again ha. Para makuha ang triangle 1, ito yung modal area natin, modal area. So 20 minus yung value sa taas. Okay? 20 minus yung value sa taas after. So that's 20 minus 12, it's 8. Then, ang triangle 2, the delta 2 is 20 minus 14 yung nasa baba, which is 6. Then, what is our LMO? Itong LMO natin, that is the lower boundary of our modal class. Okay? LMO is the lower boundary of our modal class. This is our modal class area. The lower boundary of our modal class is 15.5. And our interval is 3. Alam naman natin, our interval here is 3. Okay? Then substitute 15.5 plus delta 1 is 8 over 8 plus 6. Yan. Next. Times our I is the interval times 3. So 15.5 plus 8 over 14 times 3. We have now the mode. Ilan yung mode natin? Our mode is 17.21. Okay? This is our mode 17.20. Okay? So this time, let's proceed to the variance. So this is a sample variance ha. The given is a sample variance. Don't worry, magbibigay ako sa quiz ko or sa activity, lahat doon sample variance. Okay? Sample lahat ang ibibigay ko, walang calculation. For sample, we have the variance, the sample variance. We have the summation. What's the formula of the sample variance? S squared is equal to summation of S squared is equal to summation of fx squared minus summation of fx squared over n minus 1. That is the formula for variance. So, ang una natin hahanapin muna natin is ito, summation of summation of fx squared. Okay? Hahanapin muna natin itong summation of fx squared. So, ito yung fx squared, di ba? Ito yung fx squared. So, imo siyang i-add tanan. Okay? You are going to add this one. That is your summation of fx squared. Then, i-add mo na siya tanan kanina. I-add mo na siya tanan, and that is your summation of fx squared. So, 484. So, 84 to 45 to 5780. So, you will have 14,216. Okay? That's the result, 14,216. To substitute, our value of summation of fx squared is ito, 14,216 minus summation of f of x squared. Our summation of x is 832. So 832 is squared pa nimo. Then our n is 50 divided by 50 minus 1. So you will have 14,216 minus 832 squared over 50. Okay. Ang answer is 13,844.48 over 49. That means the variance is the variance is 7.582. Okay, this is the variance. Yung variance natin, variance. Yan. And for our standard deviation, since this is a sample, so standard deviation for sample okay. So ito na yung variance natin. Now, let's proceed to find the first quantile at saka third quantile. Ang process lang is the same lang siya sa the same lang siya sa median. Okay? Ang process is the same lang siya sa median, ang first at saka third quantile. The formula we have here. Ayan. So para makita natin yung first quantile natin, 25. Okay. Para makita natin yung first quantile natin, so you have here, n over 4. Okay. N over 4, you have our n over 4, our n is 50. That's n over 4. Okay. So, wait lang ha. May eraser. Sige. Our n is 50. 50 divided by 2, it's 12. Ay, sorry. 50 divided by 4. Kasi n over 4 man tayo. First quantile. So, 50 divided by 4, it's 12.5. Now, wala kang nakikitang 12.5 dito sa less than cumulative frequency. Again, sa less than cumulative frequency, wala kang nakikitang first one, 12.5. And si 12.5, lagpas na siya ng 4. Si 12.5, lagpas na siya ng 4. So that means, ito yung first quantile mo. Okay? Ito yung first, the quantile, the Q1 class mo. This is your first quantile class. So the low boundary of this one, the low boundary is 12.5. Our n is 50 over 4. Itong f, same rin sa median, same rule din sa median. The f is the cumulative frequency before this one. This one, our first quartile class on area. So before n is 4, 4. The frequency of our quantile is 12. And the interval is 3. So you have 12.5 plus 12.5 minus 4 over 12 times 3. That means your first quartile, okay? The first quartile, you have 14.625. This is your first quantile. Meanwhile, for your third quantile naman, for your third quartile, same pa rin ang formula. Okay. For your third quartile, same pa rin yung process. Now, wait, I forgot to state that. Nabasig, mali akong formula nga nahatag mo, 3n to dapat. 3n over 4. 3 na 3. Okay. Para makuha ang ato the basis for our third quartile, we have 3n over 4. Same lang din kanina dito. Dito, n over 4 lang. So our n is 50 divided by 4. That's 12.5. Then wala nang 12.5 dito, pero hindi mo siya pwede sa 4 kasi lagpas na siya. So sa 16 ka na. For third quantile naman, you have 3 times 50 divided by 4. 37.5. Okay. So sa third quartile mo, 37.5. Yeah. 36 man eh. Di ba? 37.5 siya atong 3n over 4. 36 man eh. So this is the basis of your third quantile. Okay? The quantile class. Yan. The basis. So let's solve. The lower boundary is 18.5. So 3 times 50 over 4 minus the less than cumulative frequency is 36. The frequency is 14 times 3. So 18.5 plus 37.5 minus 36 over 14 times 3. So your third quantile you have for third quantile of 18.821. Okay? 18.821. And to solve for the interquantile range, to solve for the interquantile range, to solve the interquantile range, Q3 minus Q1. So you have the interquantile range of Q3 is 18.821 minus 14.625. The interquantile range is 4.196. Okay. This is your interquantile